Hello, thank you so much for purchasing with Medium Emary. Today we're going to give you a tarot card reading. So I have the tarot cards here, and so I'm going to look over your questions. Your name and info will be confidential. I will only focus on your questions. So I am going to do a quick little prayer, and I'm going to sage the cards before starting to tune into your energy. All right, let me see here. So let's do a quick little prayer. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen. I ask spirit guides and angels to reveal what this person needs to know in their present time. I ask spirit guides of mine to help me interpret the information and the messages to her in the best possible way, in the best of my abilities. I ask that the information that comes through may come through as accurate, specific, and detailed as possible. Anything of negative vibration or negative energy is not welcomed in this reading, as I ask to receive information from God's purest intention and God's white light. Amen. Thank you so much. Alright, so I'm tuning into your name here, hon. And I'm going to shuffle the cards. I'm going to do a Celtic cross spread. It is 10 cards, and it will basically give me an overview of your life, and based off those 10 cards, I will be able to answer your questions as well, hon. Up a little bit. Alright, one more shuffle. Okay. So there is a strong motherly grandmother figure coming through for you. I am feeling based off of your name. If it's not a grandmother, it can be a great-grandmother, but if anything, it's a motherly grandmother figure coming through in spirit for you, hon. Just keep in mind, she just watches over you and is around you and protects you, hon, okay? Alright, so here we go. So let's see here. As I look over your cards, hon, here, I'm just going to go over the cards itself and what I see, and then I will answer your questions. I do see here the Queen of Swords representing, when it comes down to what's going on in your life right now, any major decisions or any important decisions or choices, they need to be made with logical and common sense right now. I feel like, if anything, emotions can take over you, and that's what's allowing you to hesitate. But I'm feeling right now in your life, what is needed is to be use common sense, logical, and intuition. I feel like those are the main three important things. Whenever I receive this card, it means to use logic more right now in your life, in this present time. Use logic because it's going to help you with your path and making the right choices for your journey. I also see here the Two of Wands, which represents a lot of inspiration, creative inspiration that can come to you anytime. I do see this inspiration and motivation itself for this creativity of ideas, business, career-wise, is something that you should embrace, that I see is very much coming your way, and that's, if anything, if not in the making now, is going to be in the making very soon. I just see a lot of inspiration that's coming within you that you should embrace and run with, definitely, hun, okay? I do see there's some form of just a lot of, a lot of things that you're going through right now has been long investments. You've been wanting to get to this destination, and you're asking yourself, is it worth it? I went through all this. Is it worth it again? Is it worth going through all this again? I went through all this in general, and it's like, is it worth it just to go through this again, hun? And I do see it's just something that's been on your mind, and you're wanting to know, is it worth it? Like, do I keep on going? In general itself, if it's not the relationship, in general, whatever you're going through, I do feel like you need to, no matter what you go through, you got to push yourself always, because I see it will be worth it. I'm not sure about the relationship because I haven't gotten to that question, but more of your plans and your goals. I feel like they will be worth it, whatever those plans and goals you have for that destination, hun, okay? I do see some justice, all right? So justice is some legal things that's going to occur. It is in a negative, it's in like a reversed negative term, so that means whatever legal issues that will come in, I do feel like there will be some delay with it. There will be some issues with it. So what I mean by legal, it could be documents, it could be the courts, it could be with papers, a divorce, or anything that has to do with the courts or legal papers, documents, contracts. I just feel like it will have some issues in the sense of there will be delay, or it'll take a while, or maybe the other person will not be happy about it, or there'll be issues with it. But I just feel like it will be a little bit annoying, and it'll be a little bit just a bother to you or a bother to them. It'll just be annoying, the whole, I don't feel like it will happen like peacefully, in the sense that it will be a little bit difficult going through this whole legal process. I also see here, hun, the Four of Coins. I do see that whatever you decide to do, it's more of just have to put hard work into it. But I feel like you are very intelligent, and you know what to do once you have that opportunity, and it's more of just putting it into action and making it all happen with the tools that you have in front of you. I do see here the Ace of Cups as well. Ace of Cups represents a new love, a new friendship. It is reversed, so for me it represents, I don't know, it's more of like, I'm feeling when I'm looking at the card, it's like a release. I want to show you the card itself. Intuitively, I'm feeling it's a release, from this new love, or this friendship, or this love that's in your life. So when it's reversed, that means either it's not following through in the way you thought it would, and there's some form of release. I'm feeling the word release that I'm being picked up in this reading for you. I'm also seeing the Devil here. The Devil doesn't mean anything bad. It just means some form of temptation, some form of distraction and shadows. If it's something with your relationship itself, it just represents, don't allow these distractions to bring you off course. Okay, hun? I'm also seeing here establishment, money-wise. So I do feel like if there has been issues financially, it will get better. I feel like you will be established with any of these business plans or these investments that you're thinking of doing, or career-wise. I feel like money will flow, and it will get better, and it will be good. I'm also seeing here poverty, which is interesting, which is under establishment. So if right now you're going through poverty in the sense of just it's been up and down, or it's been hard because it's been budget to budget, no, establishment will come in and money will flow. This is something that will be temporary, and I don't feel like it will be like this. I see some form of establishment and money being able to flow naturally. I also see the King of Wands, which this card represents to me goal orientation, being goal orientated, and having plans and ideas and having these goals and setting these goals. The fact that it's reversed, it's obviously representing that these goals you're obviously not sure of. You're not sure of achieving these goals or putting them to use. And I'm feeling like it is a good idea. I'm feeling these goals should be put to use, and you should set those goals and go for it. All right, so I'm going to go over your questions now, hon. As I'm reading here, I think I'm ready to move on from my current relationship that I have been with my partner for many years. All right. Okay, here we go. So I will pull out 3 cards in regards to this question. I do see the relationship actually, what's interesting is you're telling me, I feel like you will leave him. I see you leaving him, but I see you guys eventually trying it again. I see you leaving, but then it being on and off. So it's more of you asking yourself, are you wanting to make it on and off? Are you willing to give him another try? I know you're saying here you've been together for many years now, and you're deciding or trying to figure out if you should. I am feeling that it would be a good idea, but I have a feeling, which I always just tell you the truth instead of what you want to hear, I feel like it will be on and off. I don't feel like it will be like cut out, like he'll be cut out of your life. I feel like it will be on and off, and it won't be like really over. So it's more of like if you physically want to be away from him, I feel like it will be a good idea. I just feel like emotionally it will be on and off. So I do see you guys seeing each other again and then trying to try it out again. So it's more of it's up to you really, because I feel like it will be on and off. I don't feel like it will be completely over. That's what I'm feeling with that. I do, in the end, I never want to tell my client what to do. It's more of what they need to hear. So right now I am hearing you do what you feel is best, but I am feeling like it won't be over. I feel like it will be on and off. I feel like if you decide to leave him, you need to cut it completely. Do not make it on and off, and don't continue it. Like I feel like you'll still have the relationship going. It'll be like on and off. You won't be next to him, but it will be on and off. So if you would leave him, my guidance to you would be to cut him off completely then. Because then if you're on and off with him, that's not making the relationship really being over, if that makes any sense. I do see here as I pulled out, moving on. So I would say yes, my guidance that's coming through is to move on from the situation. But if you decide to move on, to make it a final decision and to actually really move on and to not make it on and off. Because I don't feel like that will be healthy for you, hon. I do not feel like it will be healthy for you. I do see here some form of the Chariot, which represents taking a hold of your life, and it is reversed as I see. So it's more of like believing in yourself that you can do this, like I said, because I do feel like some formation of on and off will occur if you don't truly cut it completely. That's why I'm saying if you decide to leave, make that decision to yourself that it is truly over and that it won't be on and off. And take a hold of your life. And this represents here plan. You need to do a lot of planning. I feel like before you leave him, hon, you need to plan a lot more. You need to reevaluate a lot more. So just plan more before you really make this physical decision on moving on. Okay? So I'm going to see here. That's what I'm feeling with that. So my guidance for that is yes, I feel it is best to leave him. But if you decide to leave him, you must cut it completely. If you leave him and don't cut it and continue on and off, then, and if you feel like you will still be on and off with him, then I would say don't leave him then. That's what I'm feeling with that. So I feel like it wouldn't be over, that's the thing. A lot of you and this person have a lot of soulmate, soul past life connections, which a lot of lessons have and had been learned with this person. I will pull out cards if you want to know if he will be okay. I feel like he will be okay, but in the sense of, I feel like he will not want to be friends, and he will not want to accept this transition. I feel like it will be hard for him to accept this transition, and that's why I say, and I feel it will be on and off, and it will be hard for you to really let go of him. So that's why I would say, if you leave him, you have to cut it. You cannot talk to him. You cannot emotionally still be tied to him, because then that won't make it easy for you to leave him, my darling. I do see him being a man of, there's this adventure and lust I see in the whole situation, but this frustration and, what is the word? When someone beats themselves up too much and puts themselves down about things and beats themselves up and gets frustrated a lot, I do see that within him, and I do see he won't make this easy with accepting this whole situation, this whole transition. Yes, this business venture, I see success with this. But all I'm going to say with this business venture is to take it slow, and to really, really pay attention to the moves you do and the money that comes in, the money that comes out. I am hearing, be organized with this, be careful with this, and be careful with the kind of people you deal with in regards to your business ventures. I do see some form of investments and establishments with this, and this will be really good. I feel good blessings. I just want you to be careful. That's what I'm hearing with the whole business thing, to be careful, to really take this by a grain of salt, go little by little. Don't go so diving into it. I mean, go for it, but don't go so fast. Don't go too fast into it. Take it slow. Take your time preparing this, because for it to come out nice, I'm feeling it needs a lot of thought, a lot of work, and a lot of preparation for this, hon, okay? I know. I just read your last message, and it makes sense why I said it's going to be on and off, because you're saying here, I've had a lot of back and forth feelings if I should stay or move. My feeling, truly, I feel like it will be on and off, so that back and forth thing that you said, I do feel like it will be like that. So again, my guidance for this is to, if you're going to leave, if you leave, you must cut it off completely. Now, for you to do that, you need to feel like you have the strength to do that. I'm sure everyone knows themselves. So you know yourself. Will you still be emotionally talking to him or texting him a little bit or calling him a little bit? Or will you be emotionally tied to that? Because if that's the case, then I would say don't leave then, because then there's no point. You understand? Because you'll just go back into it. So my best advice to you would be, and guidance would be, if you leave, to cut it completely. Because I see an on and off thing that will occur, and I don't feel that will be very healthy for you both, okay? So I'm going to pull out 3 more cards, hon, and see what else I'm picking up here. And you're deciding where to move to if you would leave, okay? I am feeling you need to save more. I'm feeling financially you need to, if this happens, I feel like you need to think more, and you need to be more logical, like I said in the beginning about this, okay? I feel like you need to prepare more for this decision, okay? So if you decide this, like I said, if you decide you're going to cut him off completely and leave, I feel like you need to prepare more, make those decisions with what your plans are, where you're going to go, I feel like it's going to take you time. I don't feel like it's going to happen now, obviously, but I just feel like you need to think more into it. I do not feel like you've thought so much into this and what you're going to do, how you're going to do it, all these things. 'Cause I don't feel like you have the strength truly deep down to leave this person. So that's what I'm saying. Try to build more strength in this before you make this very strong decision, okay? All right. So I do see here the Eight of Cups. Something that once thought was going to work is not working. It's trying something different, trying something new. Temperance in the sense of the meaning, having patience. All right. Needing patience for this. And also finding that meaning and purpose that you're obviously looking for that you haven't been feeling, that you've been accessing as much due to the relationship. I'm feeling you need to really spend some solitude time with yourself and really put the pros and cons of the situation. I want you to think more about this because, again, I don't want you to go through all this and then you go back in and out with this. And I have a feeling that will happen. I don't want you to go through all that because then it's not going to be worth it if you're going to be on and off. So really, really plan this out, hon. Moving wise, I'm seeing here what I'm picking up with you. Where would you move to? And you don't have much family, like you said, hon. All right. I am picking up something with a friend. Okay. I know you're saying you don't have a lot of family, but there's someone that you're going to meet if you decide this. There's someone you're going to meet that will be a friend, a girlfriend, a friend that's a girl that will allow you, I think, to stay temporarily with them. And then I see you just saving money in the meantime, if anything. But I see someone that you're going to be living with, a friend that's a girl that you're going to be with temporarily. Okay, I don't know exactly what this is, but I'm seeing this friend that's a girl that's willing to help you a little bit and get you on your feet. But truly, I'm going to be honest with you, hun. I do not feel like you will leave him. So when a psychic says that, it's because right now you're in that decision where, like, you're very indecisive and you change your mind a lot. So when it comes down to this, I feel like it would have to take a lot out of you to leave this person. And I'm not sure if you have the strength for that yet. That's why I'm saying to really, think about this, really write on a piece of paper your pros and cons, and really make these ideas and plans. Okay, if this happens, what would I do if this happens? And will I be able to really cut him off? And I know you love him, like you said. So I don't feel like you'll leave him. I don't feel that. Even though I'm saying all these things, I'm just saying again, if you decide to leave him, you must cut him off completely. And honestly, right now, I do not feel like you have the strength for that. So I would say build that strength first and really talk to yourself and make these plans. But if it does happen, I do see you moving with a female, and you're going to be there temporarily. A friend that's a girl that's going to help you and just be there for you, and just give you ideas until you get on your feet, things like that. I just feel like your partner will not accept this transition, and that will put a lot of stress on you, and that will make it easy for you to leave him and cut him completely. So that's what I mean by you need to have a lot of strength within yourself. He has a lot of power over you, I feel, and I feel like that's another reason why. And what I mean by power over you, I mean by obviously you love him, so it's not that easy for you. I feel some form of codependency as well, as I'm really tuning into your cards here. And I feel like there's also something I'm picking up here. I don't know if he does or you, I'm not sure, but there's something with a chemical imbalance. So either someone suffers from depression or a chemical imbalance of bipolarism or something like that. I don't know if it's you or him or someone in your family, but there's something with a chemical imbalance. something with a mental thing that affects um, affects the current situation, if not something of where someone in your family has this. I mean, just something's coming up here with a chemical imbalance, something with the mind, something wrong with the mind, bipolarism, a chemical imbalance, very intense anxiety or depression picking up here. But just keep that in mind. There's something I'm feeling from him as well. I'm not sure if he suffers from the mental thing, or he struggles. I feel like he just struggles with himself emotionally as well. But I'm just feeling like it's a thing that I'm not sure if strength-wise you'll have the strength for this. So before I end your reading here, hun, my guidance for you for the situation is for the business venue thing. I feel it's a go. I feel goodness out of this business, so go for it. I feel a lot of goodness out of it. It's just be careful with the people you deal with and really take it by a grain of salt. Go slow with this. Do not go fast with this, and don't jump in and just make irrational decisions. Okay. I'm also and to leave you with the whole relationship question. My advice to you is, and guidance is to you, if you decide to leave, it has to be that because you're going to cut him off completely. If you know deep down in your heart you're not going to, then don't do it. Because you're just going to be in the same place that you are right now, and there's no point. I'm being honest with you because I see a lot of dysfunctional on and off thing going on that's going to happen if you do it. I feel it if you do it now. So that's why I'm saying to wait, actually. Wait to see if you can build that strength. Wait to see if you can make those preparations and those plans. Because if you do it now, I feel like it will be on and off. And there's no point then. You're going to be where you are now. So my advice to you would be just to wait it out and see if you could build that strength. And then make preparations. But if you do it now, I really do see it's going to be on and off. I truly, from the bottom of my heart, as I tune into your cards, hon, okay? So my advice and guidance to you is to build that strength. Wait right now and really see your pros and cons. But if it does happen at some point, if you can cut him off and you make that decision by the time you're ready and you have the strength, I do see you having a friend that's a girlfriend that you're going to be with temporarily. You move in with them temporarily until you get on your feet, and she's gonna help you a lot. So I don't know who this person is. If you haven't met them yet, you'll probably meet them. This is just somebody I'm picking up. So I will leave you with that, hun. So basically your message here is to ponder on the thought still, truly, and build that strength. If you're, like you said, you're really going to do it. Build that strength. Because right now, if you do it now, I see it's going to be on and off. And I don't feel like that's worth it then. I'm truly being honest with you. So I will leave you with that, hun. I send you lots of love from the heavens above. Thank you so much for reaching out to me. And many blessings and have a beautiful day. Bye now.